Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Michael Cossett here in beautiful San Diego, California on a Thursday afternoon. I just wanted to throw in a couple comments about our videos this week of Get Out and Black Klansman. I'll start with Get Out. The biggest takeaway for me on this was the fact that it's of the horror genre, obviously, and it's done very well. I thought it was a great horror flick, and the music and the moments and the tension and the way it builds you up and down and left and right and the plot twists. But the fact that it was done with an African American as a black as the main protagonist in the movie and it's centered around him, I mean, that's something I'd never seen before. But obviously, you know, I haven't seen every movie, but that was really interesting to me. But despite that, there were still hints and glimpses of white privilege in it. So regardless of who the lead is or who's driving the movie, I thought it was interesting that there was still a lot of white privilege going on there, and evidently it's filmed in Alabama, so I don't know, take it what you will from that. But the other one is Black Klansman, and I thought it's interesting that they're using comedy to demonstrate extreme racism and embarrassing bigotry, the hypocrisy of races and bigoted people, and this movie is rather timeless. But a couple of things I took from this movie, I wrote them down here when I was watching it. I think the biggest thing I took from this was Ron Stallworth. He was torn between being black and a cop. I mean, how do you do that? Here's a job you love, you've always wanted, but then you're being torn between this and being a black man and with your rights and the rights that are being stepped on. I mean, I can't even imagine what that would be like. So I think that was a big takeaway for me in the movie. And another one was there was a comment, I think that the two of them were walking on the bridge, and there was a comment that said, "It's just a movie," when they were talking about Shaft or Superfly or something like that. I don't know I can't remember exactly, but it says, there was a comment, it was just a movie. And I thought that was really kind of interesting, and I think that was put in there for a reason, because we're watching movies, and as we've seen and studied and read, movies mean much more than just being a movie. There's a lot of things to say, and there's a lot of things to take from them if you look into them indifferently. So I think this movie, like I said before, is timeless. I think this, it took place in the 70s. It could have been in the 80s, 90s, or even today, until racism and bigotry is totally eradicated from this planet. You could probably slide this movie in there, and it demonstrates the embarrassment of that movement of white supremacy. So, and the version I saw had a few extra clips at the end of some events that were caused from racism and clashes of white and black. So a couple really good movies this week. I really enjoyed them. Looking forward to hearing your comments, reading your comments in the space below, and talk to you soon.